Hi, how's everyone? I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning and hello if you are new. So we're one day into the 1212 portal. This is energy that lasts more than the day of. So we were leading up to it from about a week ago or so. Now, every month has its own portal, and the numbers have to do with the energy that's involved. In this case, with 12 being the last number, this is like an energy of wrapping things up, okay? I mean, very. Um, very logical. End of the year wrap up, okay? Your Spotify wrap up of the year. Um, so this will be active energy probably till around the new year, because when the new year hits, then we're going to be entering into the 1-1 portal, the brand new portal, okay? Um, so this is just like day one of the 1212 portal, and we'll be catching up with things as we go. Uh, Remember, not all messages will resonate for every person, so leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time. You are all at different points in your timeline. Like I say, I can read the script, but I cannot tell you who you each individually play in the character you play, or where you choose to stand on the stage. I can't tell you if this is your energy or the person that you're interacting with. I can't tell you if you're an observer or a participant. I can only read the script. So when I say someone in the energy someone in the collective is doing this, or you might be doing that, when I say you, I just generally mean the viewer. If I say them, it's because this feels like outside energy, okay? Um, so I drew the First Light Tarot, and I specifically asked for like please give me the base energy for the 1212 portal, blah, blah, blah. Or, I was just asking for specifics. And it dropped the activate card. And I was like, I vibe with that. I can completely understand that. But then I asked for a second one. I'm like, okay, so activate sounds really good, but I'm going to set that aside and let me know if maybe there's something else that wants to come through instead. And which one do you want me to keep? So we dropped activate and energy. Okay. I love this. Together, activate number one. Okay, number one, we're going into the 1-1 portal in a couple weeks. Um, we're at the 12-12, which means that's the ending, like I said. Um, activate is number one, and energy card is number nine. 1 plus 9 is 10. In the tarot, the 10 is always the end of a cycle. So this is like, again, like I said, the Spotify wrap up of the energy that has come before. So not only is this the a significator of the end, but just like the Wheel of Fortune, there is no set end. It's just a continuation to the next cycle. Okay. Um, Energy will come through, it will do its job, it will die out, and it will continue on like the seasons, okay? So even though we're at the end of a cycle, 10-10, or the 12-12, plus we have a 10 here. Actually, 1 plus 9 being 10, 10 in the tarot is the Wheel of Fortune. It is the card that tells you that the wheels keep turning. You might be up, you might be down, but we're in a, like I said, liminal space. Liminal space came up a couple readings ago. It's like a holding place between um, two conditions, two forms of energy, two states of being. Okay, I did mention the other day with that one reading that was really difficult for me to interpret. Is because the energies have all shifted from what we were discussing before, and you can tell in the in the collective, in the subconscious of the collective, and things that are coming to the surface, and things that are being discussed, things that are being experienced. There has been a a very noticeable energy shift. Okay. So we have activate here. card number 1, it says align yourself, get grounded, get ready, awake. It designates awakening and enlightenment, and it says reach out with your thoughts. The energy card here represents the actual force, the force of energy of creation, life, the divine. This is big energy source. It says the force connects everything to source. It says raise your vibration. It's it's a designator for enthusiasm, and it reminds us to go with the flow. Okay, it's like you're in it, go with it. You cannot fight against the current because you can't. You cannot fight against the wheel of fortune. You cannot stop the turning of the heavens. You can't stop the progress of life. So you get on, you get ready, you get grounded, and you go with it. Okay? Hang on tightly, but don't try to force anything. Go with the flow. Go with it. Work with it. Work in it, not against it. Okay? Um So what are we getting into with this? When I dropped the Rider-Waite tarot, the first card you got is the Four of Swords. Again, Four of Swords came up yesterday. This is a solitude and detaching to rest for resting to fight another day. So again, this is very rational here. Makes a lot of sense. Okay? The ending of a cycle, the new beginning is coming. It's upon us. We're resting up in order to go into a new cycle. Bam. You've got the Nine of Cups here, which is prosperity, achievement, and uh, personal contentment. Okay. Then you have the Five of Wands, which is arguing, strife, conflict, and contention. Then you have the Ace of Wands reversed, which is feeling powerless, or there's a creative block. There's something where there's like an energy drain here, okay? And then you have the Death card. So let's put it all together. At the ending of this cycle, we have gone into a state of repose. This is a state of contemplation. With it being the swords, the Four of Swords, this is something that had been disappointing. We're recovering from the Three of Swords, basically. The Four of Swords is recovery after a heartbreak, okay? The Three of Swords are on the wall, which means they have been put up. They have been put away. They have been they have been removed and put aside. However, with the way this person is laying in their bed, they're still it's literally quote unquote the heartbreak is still hanging over them. Okay? So there may have been something here there the end of this cycle brought with or heralded some kind of heartbreak. There was a separation here. It could have been betrayal. It just could have been disappointment. It could have been disillusionment with something that you thought had been pretty stable. But now you're in a state of recovery from that, which is good, okay? It's not as good as if it would be reversed, because I think it came out reversed the last one or two times ago, where that is actually coming back out of it. Like you're ready to come back to the world, reawakening. It's interesting because the Four of Swords, if it had been in reverse, would have designated a reawakening from this state of healing. And awakening is here on that activate card. So you were close. We're close. This is much I feel Hanged Man energy here, which is Pisces energy. But Hangman is like you go within willingly in order to gain more inner perspective. Okay, this is for healing. Okay, there is healing that has to be done here. The good thing is that this person is actually sleeping on the Ace of Swords, which is the truth. So you're going within to heal from this heartbreak by gaining a little bit of inner truth, okay? But about what? About what are we healing from? So next to it here, we've got this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is wonderful, right? It's the almost fulfillment of emotional needs. You got all your cups set up. You've come this far. You came through the seven, which is the vision board process of choosing what you want, choosing what is going to be emotionally fulfilling. Then you came to the Eight of Cups, where you were walking away from things that didn't pan out, things that ended up hurting you, things that were empty. And now you're here at the Nine, where you're kind of smug about how far you've come. I always say that because the person sitting there is sitting with their arms crossed in front of all these cups that he's set up, and he's like, yeah, what now? I made it. I made it. Here I am. I'm all set. But the cups are still empty. This is all very, I've made it this far. I'm proud of how I prospered, but you're still waiting for that last cup. That last cup, that Ace of Cups. To make this 10 is the ace of the energy that will fill all those cups. You're ready. This is after the Four of Swords, after you've healed from something. You will be ready again for this personal contentment, but you're still working on it. You're still trying to get there. Now, underneath of them is the contention cards here, which I was really surprised at how they fell. We have the Five of Wands here, which is contention and fighting, and then next to it we've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Five and the Ace together makes 6. So even after this fighting, I heard fighting for your energy, because Wands are energy. It's health and vitality. It's power. It's ambition. It's just that fire within you. Okay, so you're healing from something. This is mental energy with the swords. It was probably you're healing in order to be emotionally ready. Your vessel is empty, so you're trying to make sure you have emotional room for the blessings that are to come, but you don't have the blessings yet, but you're healing towards that. Okay, um you're ready. You're emotionally ready after this healing. But this energy shift is causing conflict. This could be inner conflict, because I don't really see, I don't see any court cards. There's no page, there's no king, no queen, no knights. There's nothing to designate anybody coming in or out. This feels internal. Okay, so there is inner conflict here, and the conflict is between healing to receive better emotional fulfillment and your own vitality. Okay, something is draining, but the Five and the Ace together makes 6, which is victory. So this is a victory, but it's really hard won, and it's draining you getting there, but you will get there. The key to this and the anchor of everything is we have the Death card underneath. This is life changes, knowing there's no going back from these life changes. This is a cycle ending, okay? Now, the Death card is not a 10, it is 13. 13 is like traditionally the number of death. One thing that I noticed with this card that I don't think I paid attention to before is in the distance from death, you see 2 towers with the setting sun. These are the 2 towers that's found in the moon card. When the moon rises and it's rising between those 2 towers, this is in the distance of the Death card. And death being 13, the moon is 18. So death comes first. This to me feels like a death of the ego, because the sun is going down between the pillars where in the future the moon will rise. And the moon represents the intuition, the subconscious, emotion instead of ego. It also where the sun illuminates what is quote unquote the truth, it doesn't actually illuminate the truth. It illuminates what we allow to be seen. And that's not always truth. It's just what we want people to see. It's what the daylight wants to see. It's what the ego wants to show. The ego will shine light where it chooses. But the moon, when the moon comes out under the sun, it shows the shadow. It shows what's hidden. It shows what could be illusion during the day is truth at night. So the ego here, I believe that this repose, this resting, this inner conflict, this draining of energy, all for the pursuit of being ready for the Nine of Cups, has to go through an ego death. So the collective is going through a death of sword energy. What do I hold true? What do I believe about myself? What do I believe about information coming in? Information is ruled by Mercury, which rules Gemini. Gemini I give to the Four of Swords, okay? It's also given to Libra, but the way I designate the numbers of the suits is the ace doesn't belong to anything. The ace is the divine because it's a opportunity out of nowhere. That's not ruled by any of the signs. 2, 3, and 4 are ruled by the younger signs. 5, 6, and 7 by the middle children. 8, 9, and 10 by the older of the signs. So with this being the Four of Swords, I give this to Gemini. Gemini is very concerned with how they think, how they process the information around them, how they process their place in that information, and how they express themselves. It's Mercury energy is absorbing information, processing it, and then expressing it. Okay, so here with the Four of Swords, there is, with the Death card here anchoring it all, there's a death of something that the collective had thought was true. And it's causing conflict, okay? And it's draining a lot. It's making you feel a little bit powerless. I say a little bit because I don't feel like this is a tragedy. Even though death is here, death is not to be feared. Death rules Scorpio. And Scorpio is ruled, death is Pluto. It rules Scorpio. Is this Pluto or is this Saturn? Oh, I think this is Pluto. So Pluto is an aspect of death, just like Saturn is an aspect of death. They work together. Saturn is the Grim Reaper. He comes through and collects the dead. But where does he put it? He takes it to Hades. Hades is another word for Pluto. Pluto is the god of the underworld. He rules the underworld, but he doesn't collect the dead. It's the holding place. Remember what I was talking about? Liminal space. It's a holding space in between two cycles. The holding space where the dead go. That's Hades. That's Pluto energy. That's the death card. Okay? And the death will come through and collect everything that's done. Let it go. You must allow death to collect what it is due. Don't hold on to it. Remember what I was talking about here with activated energy being the wheel of fortune, adding up to 10? 10 is the wheel. The wheel keeps turning. You can hang on, but you can't stop it from moving. You cannot stop this death. It must trudge through. It's a major arcana. This is energy we don't control. This is divine energy. All we can do is it's calling us to actually be enthusiastic about this death. Be enthusiastic about the release of these past harvests that, we're releasing things that were harmful because we're here in the Four of Swords energy. And Four of Swords is always after the Three of Swords of heartbreak. We had to release something that was killing our heart. Okay? And now we're healing from it. Wonderful. And it's all to prepare for this Nine of Cups. Okay? So I feel now this is showing me like they were telling me healing for this Nine of Cups is draining your energy, and that's fine. That's what's supposed to happen. You're being called to feed that back into yourself. Okay, the flow of energy here, flow back and forth, ebb and flow, the tides, the moon. Okay, it all plays in this, and it's been activated. This healing has been ordained. You go through. You must go through it. Okay, you will go through it. There is no you must, you have to, you gotta try. There is no try. There is only do. You are going through this healing, whether you want to or not. You have to let the flow happen because death comes for everything. Okay? But that's a good thing. Death is not a torture. It's not a torment. It can be painful. The reason death is painful in the subconscious is because we don't want to let go of something. And when death comes through to collect, it takes it whether you want to let go or not. And when you hang on to something and it's ripped out of your hands, it causes pain. But if you open your hands and let it go freely, there's no pain there. There may be a little bit of, I'm so sad to see that go. There's sadness, but there's not torment. There's not, you know what I mean? Death is liberation, and it should be celebrated. It's changing from one to another. When something goes to the realm of the dead, just like in Egyptian mythology, when you die, your heart is weighed against the feather of truth, and then if it's judged worthy, it goes on into the duat, which is the underworld, and there is what death in there. What happens is what death is meant to do. It's purged, it's purified, and it's reborn. Okay? So the energy must flow through. But if you try to stop it, it's going to cause you too much pain because it's like trying to stop the world. You'll rip your fingernails off. You'll rip your hands off. You'll put yourself through more suffering than if you would just breathe and let it flow away from you. Okay? Because it's draining your energy. You're fighting something. That Five of Wands is a fight. And I believe since it's underneath the Four of Swords, this is an internal fight. This is losing sleep. This is questioning everything about what you thought you knew. That's very Swords energy. What you thought you knew. This could be lies, deceit, anxiety, fears, gossip, misinterpreting information. Mercury is retrograde right now, so there could be a lot of misinterpreted information. It also makes us prone to believing lies because they sound right. They sound right. They sounded good. He made a good, point. I heard they talked fancy to me, and I believed it. Maybe you talked fancy to yourself and you believed it. And it brought you nothing but heartbreak. That Three of Swords on the wall there. Okay? And you're still in conflict here with that Five of Wands here. And it's draining your energy. I believe that somebody wanted to move on to like a Nine of Cups. I want to leave that old cycle behind, and I want to heal because I want to be ready for new love. I want to be ready for good things to come to me. And with it being here above the Ace of Wands, it almost looks like a funnel. It's funneling downward. The Nine of Cups energy, even though they're empty, it's funneling downward to this Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands in reverse, this feeling of powerlessness and a creative block. It's an energy drain, right? And all of it is leading down into the Death card. It's an ego death. Because in the distance here on the Death card is the two towers of the moon. The sun is setting on this. How apropos for the death card. The sun is setting on this. But after the sun sets between these two towers, the moon comes up, and the moon illuminates the needs of the subconscious underneath. This is healing the shadow. Okay, this is wonderful. On to the next card. The last card we got here was from the Tarot of the Divine. This is the card of Justice. This is wonderful energy. Where we have here 1 and 9 equals 10. Justice is 11. We also have 9 here with the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups and the Ace is 9 and 10. That's another ending. We've got the 4 of Swords here and the 5 of Wands here. 4 and 5 is 9. 9 and Ace is 10. Here we have 9 and 10. Do you see? It's at the end. You have to let it go. And then here is the next step. After the 10, after a death, or I'm sorry, death is 13. After the ending of this, you get justice. All right? And this is impartiality, careful reviewing, and verdicts. Okay, so you're coming to, this is also Libra energy, the scales of justice. What did I talk about this? Oh, and, oh, I thought death had some scales in it too, but I can't see. No, I guess not. I could have sworn death had scales in it. My eyes deceived me. So 11 here, justice. That's what's going on in Libra? I don't think anything's going on in Libra. Let me double check real quick. What's going on in Libra here? Oh, Lilith is in Libra. Okay. Lilith is the empowered feminine. Maybe you do have to draw on feminine energy. That's moon energy. Moon is like the ultimate feminine energy. Well, I shouldn't say that. Venus does rule Libra. But where the ego is masculine, the subconscious and the intuition, the moon energy is feminine. So you're healing something about that feminine energy. Good. If you're masculine listening to this and you're like, well, I don't give a shit about that, you should. Because the women are pissed right now. Now this is that Lilith in Libra energy. The women are pissed because the men have to heal a whole bunch of shit and they think healing that side of them is gay. We don't give a fuck about that. We want you healed and we want you strong. But we don't want you in this whatever bullshit incel energy that y'all are in right now. Your body, my choice. Okay? We're just choosing not to fuck with you. Go 4 of Swords on that and heal on that. Okay? That's the ego death. Death is here for that bullshit. And give it up willingly or it's gonna hurt. Because justice is here. And justice is blind. She will swing the sword. She will weigh the heart. That's what I was getting to with the death card. The scales of justice are what is used in the duat when something dies and you're weighed on the scales of justice. She's blind. You either are or are not. Truth is non-biased. Okay, there's no arguing with it. There's no begging. There's no bargaining. What are the 5 stages of grief? When all of that is done, when something is dead, people go through the 5 stages of grief. You cannot bargain with justice. Okay? So they're saying get on board or be thrown off. And there was something in the other reading about if you don't learn the lesson, you just get thrown back on the wheel will keep spinning, right? 10 Here is the wheel. We've got 9 and 5, or 4 and 5, that's 9. We've got 9 and 1, that's 10, that's the wheel. Okay? 10 and 10 is 20, that's judgment. And we don't have judgment, but we got justice. If you don't let go, heal and grow, you're just going to keep going round and round on that wheel, and that is the real torture. When you're tied to the outside of that wheel and you think you're in control and it just keeps spinning up and down, you're good, you're bad, you're up, you're healthy, you're sick, you're happy, you're sad. You've got to let go of the wheel so it can spin and you can be released from it. That's that death card. And that's where you receive your justice. So we're going to go on to the Angel Ancestors Oracle decks. I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, please take a moment, leave a like, share and subscribe. It helps the algorithm get my content seen. I'm shooting for 100 subscribers, hopefully by summer. If I can reach 1,000, then I can start going live on YouTube. I would love to do that. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I'm now open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any small donation, I'll do a 3-card spread for you as a thank you. Email, Venmo, and Cash App in the description. I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Angel and Ancestor card, we've got the Shaman. Trust the higher forces. What did I just say about the energy card here? It is the force. It is the life force. Okay, and the life force is the balance between birth and death, making and remaking. It's positive and negative, it's light and dark, sun and moon. We were just talking about the sun and the moon, the masculine, the feminine, the positive, the negative, the up and the down. All the balance in between. That energy is the energy of life. It's life's longing to experience itself. That it creates itself. It's a cycle. You know what I mean? Life creates life. Life creates itself because it desires itself. So when you're hit with the idea of something has to die, embrace that because it's clearing a way for the new. Okay? So we have the Shaman here. Trust the higher forces. I don't think in all the years I've had this deck, I think Shaman has dropped one other time because I barely remember ever getting this card. Trust the higher forces. Is that too dark? That should be good, right? Oh, that's a good right there. Trust in your angels, guides, and ancestors. If you've given your power away, claim it back. There are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So, call back your power. That's that 4 of Swords, okay? Go and repose and call back your power. That's how you'll heal. Call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Okay? Hand over all your concerns to your spiritual allies. What I say about taking your hands off the wheel and going with the flow, hand over all those concerns. Okay? When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance and messages that will allow you to correct the situation and come out on top. That's what I was talking about with the wheel of fortune. Sometimes you're crushed under the wheel, sometimes you're on top. It's all about the flow, and that's in the card, the energy card, flow. The shaman card also shows that you have shamanic potential to excuse me, to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. So move between the realms and connect with your guides. Now, on the activate card, one of the things I didn't read, it says reach out with thoughts. Okay, that's connecting to the energy. And I love that because the energy card dropped right after that. I'm telling you, my cards don't fuck around. Okay, it says reach out with your thoughts. That's the activate card. And when I was like, reach out to what? Here we've dropped the energy card. Reach out to the energies, the flow. It's like plugging in the extension cord. Okay, take the cord from your crown chakra. Imagine yourself pulling out the cord from your crown chakra and plugging it into the outlet of the divine. All right, and the shaman energy will help you connect, tune in, plug in. Okay, and that will help your healing. We're gonna go ahead and get the final oracle messages and see if there's any last minute little pieces of advice for the collective. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope it was. I do stutter a lot, and because I see things visually, but I don't often have the words to describe what I'm seeing, and a lot of times the images go so fast that sorry, I was bumping the table. The images go so fast that I can't describe everything as quickly as I see it. So I apologize for stuttering, but I hope the messages were reaching, and I hope you were able to, I hope I was able to get through. We've got 2 here. Spirit is listening. I love that. Remember, you are fire. Let's see. Get a few more, please. For the collective, who wants to come out? You wanted to come out. Male family member. This comes out when there is a deceased family member around you, possibly a father or a brother. Now, when it could have been somebody in their masculine energy also. Cousin, dad, son, brother, nephew, uncle, grandson. Could be a best friend. It could be somebody like that. I heard I'm standing here because I don't want you to have to take that. I don't want you to have to take that. Don't take that. I heard you wouldn't take it when I was here. Don't take that when I'm not. I don't know who that's for. That's all I got from that one. Okay. All right. I like that. Mercury is retrograde. We've got Mercury here. We've got the rainbow. The worst is over. Give me a few more, please, for the collective. Moon in Taurus leading us into the 12/12 portal. Moon in Taurus. We don't have Taurus on the board. We've got Justice is Libra. Death is Scorpio. Let's see. The Ace is nobody. 5 of Wands is Leo energy. 4 of Swords is Gemini. 9 of Cups is Pisces. So Leo, Gemini, Pisces, Libra, and Scorpio energy here. Okay, that's good. We've got to remember you are water. Cry, feel, cleanse, flow, and let go. What was I talking about? Flow and let it go. Death must take what is due. Okay, so we've got water and fire. Burn, adapt, love, create, tame, and ignite. I don't know if there. Is that good? How's that? It's kind of crooked. You can't. Damn it. Well. Oh. So we've got fire and water. We've got Mercury here, the messenger. It's news, communication. Common Mercury rules Gemini, and we've got that here with the Four of Swords. Thinking, communication. And again, that mental energy, Mercury is unbiased. Mercury it has no gender. Information is unbiased. Okay? It's neutral. The thing that sways is our reaction to the truth. Okay? And that clouds how we interpret the truth. Many times, if it hurts us or if it makes us question our ego, then we will deem it as not true because it offends us. But the truth doesn't give a shit. Just because we interpret it a certain way doesn't make it good or bad. Okay? I don't know who needed to hear that. Spirit is listening. That's the shaman card. The rainbow here. The worst is over. So that goes along with that Four of Swords. And the last one here, which is very... I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. We've got the Archangel Uriel. This is the illuminator. It's wisdom, clear sight. It's the light of God's truth, decisions, like we have here with the Justice card. Resolving conflicts. Here with the Five of Wands, the conflict is being resolved. Death to this conflict. That's wonderful. Resolving conflicts. Awakening, which is here in the Activate card. Awakening. Intellect, that's that Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and Justice, that's the Five of Swords. What's the Five of Swords? Oh, that's still like, the Five of Swords is putting an end to the conflict. God damn, resolving conflicts. Wow. But the reason I say Five of Swords is we've got the Four of Swords here and then the Sword of Justice. That's Five Swords. The Five of Swords is the ending of a conflict, but nobody wins. All it is the decision of, I'm not fighting this anymore. I might be wrong. You might be wrong. We're not fighting. I'm putting an end to it. Put your swords down and walk away. Walk away from me. I'm walking away from you. Nobody wins. Just end it. Okay? And here with Archangel Uriel, the illuminator. So we're using truth to cut out, truth to put the, sorry, I'm stuttering again. We're using truth to bring the death to conflict. Okay? Using truth to bring the death to conflict. Ugh. It's also awakening intellect and guidance. Uriel means the light of God. And what was I saying about what life is? It's the life force of the Creator, which, people use as meaning God. So that's what I have for everyone. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will be back in a few days when the moon moves into... moon's going into Gemini, I believe, in a couple days. I might come back for that. Or I might just come back with a collective. They have been calling me to do a love reading. That's punishment. I don't want to do love readings, okay? I'm bitter. I'm old. I've been through 2 husbands. I'm jaded. I don't want to love anymore. So I'm being, what's it called? When you don't want to listen? I'm being stubborn about that. But they are calling me to maybe do a love reading, so I might come back in a couple days with a love reading. I hope this resonated. I hope the messages found you well. And until I see you again in a couple days, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, thanks, bye.